Welcome to Above the Garage.
Hi, friends. Today we have the lovely honor of interviewing Amanda Dunn and Blaise Reyes, who play Melissa and Adam Cady throughout this whole season of Cape Fear on Apple TV.
Hey,
Aubrey!
Oh,
nice to meet you, Blaze. Thanks for doing this. Of
yeah, thanks for having me on.
course.
It's so nice to meet y'all.
Yeah, you too. We've seen your looming specter for like months now, so you look much friendlier in person.
Awesome. Yeah, I'm happy to hear that.
Without the red polo. Is it a red polo?
Yeah, it's like that like ketchup and mustard polo.
Yeah, yeah. It's funny that I'm picturing it so clearly, just seeing your face.
So, yeah, Amanda, Kate.
Hello.
Hi, I've heard so much about you. It's very nice to meet you finally.
Nice to meet you as well. Thank you.
I've just chatted with Blaze here, who's lovely.
Isn't he?
She is. You were hanging out together yesterday? Is that what Aubrey said?
Yeah, we actually watched the finale together last night at Blaze's place.
Oh, that's so fun. It was very fortuitous for us because we got you both now.
Yeah, exactly. And I just asked him if he wanted to hop on with me today, and he was like, immediately, yes. So, yay.
Yeah, I don't think either one of you would look complete without the other at this point after.
Yeah.
Truly, I can't go anywhere without my son.
Right? If you don't mind, if I can just get the most pressing question on my mind out of the way.
Okay.
Did you guys get to work with Romeo, the dog?
Oh,
yeah.
did we? Yeah, we did.
You were in the house with him
Yes.
once. I was hoping it was filmed at the same time.
Yes, we were in the room with him. He was a very drooly boy that night. I mean, they were literally wiping in the floor underneath him. I didn't get to interact with him very much at all, but we were in the scene together.
All right, that's very exciting. We love dogs on this
Yes.
podcast. Although he kind of made an early exit. I don't know. He just kind of disappeared halfway through the season, right?
Yeah, we were worried about him.
That's one of my questions. Maybe if they do a season 2, he'll come back.
Yes, I hope so. I hope there is a season 2. Aubrey, you were so adamant like early in the season. You're like, no, this is just a one season show. And I was like, I'm not going to argue her right now, but I feel like all of these limited series these days would like to have a season 2, and this one was very exciting. So I hope so. It was also gorgeous. The like colors and I don't know, just such a good show.
Yeah, one of my favorite things is the color of the series. It's a lot of the golden and blues and greens that they enhanced.
Yeah.
Loved that.
Yeah, my husband was watching. He's a couple episodes behind, but he was watching, I don't know, episode 8 or something last night. And I noticed very minty. I don't even know which scene it was. But yeah, it's just something I haven't seen in a lot of other shows recently. Mind you, the other show we're podcasting right now is Silo, which is about the like least colorful show that you could possibly have.
Everything is brown. It's brown and brown and brown.
A neutral experience.
So it was also the contrast that made me enjoy these episodes. Yeah. But can you guys tell us about the casting process at all? How did that work?
Yeah, it was a pretty long process. I want to say it took a few months. I had initially sent in a tape for another character, and then didn't hear anything for about a month,
Mhm.
and then got the audition for Hallucination Adam Cady.
I love how that's literally how you're credited in IMDb.
Is it?
Like, yeah, it says
Yeah.
Hallucination Adam Cady, right?
Yeah.
That's hilarious. I didn't know that.
But yeah, it was super long process, but yeah, I mean it was I feel like I'd sent in probably like two or three tapes for Hallucination Adam, and then yeah.
What did those tapes consist of?
So I want to say the first one was they asked me to go through like a range of different emotions in
Yeah.
like a 30 to 60-second video. And so I just kind of stayed still and like tried to show those emotions.
That would be very challenging. I would be bad at that.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, that was pretty much it. And then the other scene was, I think that they used some like mock sides or something. But yeah, it was like a scene in like the woods with like my father or something like that.
Yeah.
I think they used maybe some sides from a scene with Zach. But yeah, it was like a really interesting casting process. I feel like it was so long and so kind of like all over the place. I never really knew like what was happening, but
Right.
I feel like everything worked out exactly.
That's awesome. I feel like it'd be much harder to do an audition with no lines and having to show all these emotions, personally, for me.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, that was weird.
good job.
Thank you.
Amanda, how about yours?
My experience was a bit different than Blaze's experience. It was extremely short and kind of whirlwind and out of nowhere for me. I think Blaise had been cast for a couple of months before I was cast. I had sent in a tape for a completely different project the night before I got the audition for Cape Fear. And so when I woke up that morning, my agent told me to check my email. I thought it was in reference to the other project that I had auditioned for.
Right.
It's the same casting director. But then when I looked into it, I'm like, oh, this is a completely different thing. And they also wanted me to hop on a Zoom audition with them in just a few hours. And normally doesn't work that way. Normally you find out
Yeah.
a couple of days in advance and can sort of prepare. So my day was truly just, let me get ready for whatever this is about to be. And I didn't know it was Cape Fear. So there's that. They were using an alias name. So it was truly like a mystery to me what was actually going on. And I didn't have lines either. I was told to react to a line, and she let me know she would read that for me. And she wanted me to do pretty much like 30 seconds of various emotions. And it was kind of like reacting to the house that he moved into. And he says to me in the scene, "This is all for you." And so I kind of she wanted me on this roller coaster of emotions for 30 seconds, essentially. And so I did that, and it went really well. And I think it was maybe the next day, I got a call from my agent asking for an eval check, pretty much starting then through October. This was April. And then I want to say maybe 2 days after that, I was told to check my email again. I had booked it, and they asked me if I could be on set in like 2 days. So it was really, truly a span of a week from the moment that I even found out about it to like being on set.
That's crazy. And how different.
Which was really exciting.
Yeah, but without any notice to prepare. Good job.
Yeah.
That's
Thank you.
daunting.
Truly. And when I met Blaise, it was like the first day that we worked together was the first time meeting him or even seeing who was cast as my son. And I laid eyes on him and I'm like, oh, he looks like my son.
Yeah, you guys look very similar.
Yeah.
My actual son and Blaise looks very similar.
Yeah.
So I was.
And you're similar in age too, right?
Yeah, they're the same age.
That's
Yeah, that's crazy.
I think they're both Virgos. Am I right about that, Blaise? You're Virgo?
Yeah.
Is this like a Parent Trap situation?
I don't know. The stars aligned for sure. It felt like divine timing.
Yeah, that's incredible. Where was filming for you guys?
We were in Atlanta, studio here in Atlanta. I know they filmed a few scenes here and there throughout the series in Savannah, but we never went to Savannah for any of our scenes. We were just local, just right down the street.
So you're also based out of Atlanta, Blaise?
Yeah, it was pretty much all at Assembly Studios.
Is the Atlanta market like a very active area? My daughter like kind of wants to get into acting in Philly, and it's basically all in New York, so it's not a good area for that. But Atlanta is pretty active, right?
It is. It definitely is. There are a few studios here. And I mean, things kind of slowed down a bit when the strikes happened and
Yeah.
COVID and all of that. But it's picking back up for sure. And there are a lot of new productions set, a lot of new material coming through the emails. So fingers crossed. But yeah, it's definitely the place to be in the Southeast if you're pursuing acting.
That's exciting. Yeah, the COVID strike combo had to just be brutal for years. Like even afterwards, you couldn't write.
Yeah,
Terrible.
that was a tough time.
Yeah.
Yeah. One big question, obviously, that everybody wants to know about is working with Javier Bardem.
Yes. He's great, truly. He's in character, he's professional, he is intense when he is in character. So that he provided incredible energy to work off of, which, we're basically gazing into his eyes the entire season. And he just truly gave everything every second of the way. But the really cool thing about working with him is in between all of that, he's just so kind and actually very gentle in nature.
Yeah.
Really funny, and just tried to make everyone as comfortable as possible. He was everything that I hoped he would be. And so, yeah, nothing but incredible things to say about him.
Awesome.
Yeah, I feel like it was same experience for me. I feel like it was a dream come true. He is incredible. He was like one of my all-time favorite actors going in.
Yeah.
So to be able to work with him was just an absolute dream come true.
Your life has peaked too early, Blaise.
Yeah, I feel that for sure.
No, and he was especially extraordinary in this show. Just like such a performer, he's a terrible person, but like hilarious and all the feelings.
Mm-hmm.
Incredible. I'm very jealous that your whole job was staring into his eyes for how long was it? How long was filming? Was it a few months or?
Yeah, April through October.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
6-ish months of staring into his eyes. Yes, I'll take that.
Yeah, not a bad day at work for sure.
It's cool because they really peppered your scenes with the two of you throughout the whole series. So I'm assuming you got to be around for a lot of the arc of the show, really, because
Yes,
you're in and out of scenes throughout and makes you very recognizable too. It's cool. You guys are like the emotional core of the show, really, like the driving thing that's driving him. So yeah.
You're the rug that pulled the room together.
Yeah, exactly.
really cool vintage rug with a fun like pattern for sure.
Exactly.
Yeah, just an extension of that. Oftentimes, Blaise and I had a lot of downtime until it was time for our coverage. But we always got such incredible feedback from everyone on set about either just how patient we were or just by the time they did film, just how they felt the emotion that we were trying to, convey, and just reminding us that we were a pivotal part of the story, especially because it was taking, on those work days, those long days, we're kind of just waiting until you have your moment to do your thing.
Right.
People on set were just really good about reminding us that it was important that we were there. So I always appreciated that.
That's so nice. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Amanda, you had to sit for a body cast, right?
I did, yes.
Oh, wow.
Can you tell us what that was like to do that?
I sure can. And that is it. This was my first body cast experience. Hopefully not my last, just because it was.
You loved it?
I like putting myself in challenging situations and reminding myself as I'm doing it, like, this may never happen again.
Yeah.
So enjoy it, even though it's
very unique.
It became physically uncomfortable over that hour that I was in it. We started with a dental cast and we did that for like 15 minutes or so. And then we went into the body cast, which they only needed to get from basically like rib cage up, and put the wig cap on and all of that. And then he poured an interesting textured silicone all over my face, head, everything, covered all of the extremities. And I couldn't, he poked a couple of holes here in the nostril so that I could actually breathe, but I had to keep my mouth gaping open since my corpse is found in that manner. Also, I am missing part of an arm on the side, and I think one is completely gone. And so I had to kind of sit with my arms up on the arm of the chair so that they could capture the shoulders up in this way. And so the entire time I'm like this, head cocked, mouth gaping open. And eventually, after the silicone set for a certain amount of time, then he had to wrap me in the cast and like paint over it until it, got hard enough. Eventually, he's like knocking on and just asking if I'm good in there. And I'm like, it was probably the last 10 minutes when I started to feel a bit claustrophobic, and I'm like, okay, this could end at any point, and
that would be cool. Yeah.
Be grateful for it. But it was just, as I was sitting in it, I'm just like, this is one of the craziest things I've ever done, and I am blessed to be here. So
that was an amazing attitude. I would have been having a panic attack and screaming to get out of it. So that is why you do what you do.
Yeah. And I do have to just talk about the sound that it made as he was like taking it off of my body. It was like suctioned to me. And so he would have me like wiggle my body a bit to kind of like unhinge it, and it would do this little like sound. So he was like pulling it off. And the moment that it was off and I was like breathing real air again and could open my eyes, it was just like, so good to be back on Earth,
Right. Like after you've been sick is the one time you really appreciate feeling normal.
Yeah,
truly.
It's funny about the sound. My friend from high school there's this radio competition back home that he's won like 5,000 times, and it's the identifying like a strange sound. So like, I don't know, one random one I remember him winning with like detaching a vacuum hose.
Yes, exactly.
So anyway, you're probably the only person in the world that could actually name that sound. One of very few, let's say.
It's like in your nightmares, you're just hearing that noise.
Yeah.
I live to tell the tale.
Were they playing music or anything?
Yes, he was like, what kind of music do you want? So I gave him like a 90s alternative playlist and put that on. Yeah.
That would help a lot. Yeah.
He was super cool, and he checked on me pretty much every couple of minutes. Like, are you good in there?
You also had, like, I just keep thinking about all of the pictures of you throughout the show that they pepper in.
Oh, yeah,
Specifically of Amanda.
Yeah.
I guess, Blaise, you had that AI video.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's where we first meet him.
So you had to record that separately, and then it's kind of interesting to think about all those things. Like, there are pictures in here, but then you had a whole day of a photo shoot where you had to take those pictures, and with the AI video, that was a separate creation that you had to make.
Yeah, the VFX guys would like pull me aside on set every once in a while, and we'd do like scans, or they'd take pictures of me in like different angles. And yeah, that AI video was shot up against I think it was a blue screen kind of thing, and it was really funny. They were like, "Hey, like you got to do these like kind of like AI mannerisms." So I watched a bunch of AI like deepfake videos going into it, and so I kind of got a sense of like how that kind of uncanny vibe when you're looking at an
Yeah.
AI video. So I tried to mimic that and try to do like the kind of like weird facial movements. But yeah, it was a lot of kind of like random photos and random like full body scan moments on set. But yeah.
That's pretty unique too, to be able to act through that, like the AI facial expressions.
Yeah.
That's a special skill you have. You can put that on your resume now.
I think at the time I may have assumed it was AI. You hadn't started looming over the show yet. So good job.
Yeah, I'm super glad that they didn't actually use AI for that.
Yeah.
That's really good. We're gonna have to go back and watch it now that we've like met you in person, so we can see the
Yeah.
difference. And Amanda, you did a bunch of photo shoots and stuff for your pictures, right?
I did. There was one day in particular, that's all I did. It was an 8-hour day for me, and they had me in, I want to say I had 11 outfit changes that day.
Wow.
And various locations for each outfit. But it was really fun. I was playing dress up all day. They would ask me like, how do you think your hair would be for this outfit? And so I got to sort of play around with my hair a lot and accessories. Like,
That's fun.
they would pull out all these necklaces and earrings and bracelets, and like, you choose. We want you to pick what you think you would wear with this outfit. So I liked that I got to sort of have that kind of input.
Yeah.
Like a kid playing dress up with my sister.
I know nothing, but I feel like that would be a rare opportunity on film set for them to give you that much freedom rather than
Right.
costumes
Yeah.
wanting to control that, you know?
For sure.
That's cool.
That seems like a very good idea creatively for them too, because it's like
Yeah.
you're going to feel more comfortable in what they're putting you in if it's something that you've selected that you would wear, or, you know.
That is exactly how they expressed it to me. And all of the wardrobe that I had on was from one of the wardrobe girls' closets, and her name is also Amanda, and we just happened to be the same size. And so she brought in all of her stuff, and they were like, your style is exactly what we have envisioned for Melissa. And I loved her clothes so much. She had some gorgeous dresses, so it all worked out in that way too. That I just happened to love everything that they had as options for me. But yeah, we went around to like a park or this random restaurant in Atlanta. We did some on the studio lot as well. But yeah, we just hopped in the car and would go to the next spot for the pictures. And we only saw a very small portion of the ones that we took too. We actually took some with Javier as well, but I don't think that they actually showed any of those in that episode. But they do exist.
That's pretty cool.
You should get those. Keep those.
Yeah. I was about to ask if you took any pieces home with you, but it's literally your wardrobe person's personal stash, so probably
it's her
not.
stuff, so I couldn't. Dang it.
Yeah.
We do have a couple of those Max was a victim t-shirts.
Okay, that's great.
Yeah, we got to take that home. That was cool.
Did you get to keep your red polo, Blaise?
I didn't.
I imagine you were ready to get rid of that, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Did they give you guys much backstory on your characters? I guess more Amanda than Blaise, but
Not really. I had questions just about their relationship in general. And
yeah, I still do.
For the most part, Melissa is blissfully in love with her husband. And I feel like just knowing, of course, as the audience watching, the kind of person that he's capable of being, I just wonder, was Melissa privy to that, or did he have her like just completely, wrapped around his finger, where she kind of just didn't realize who she was married to?
Right.
These are questions that maybe could potentially be answered in a second season, but I have no idea if they're doing a second season. So
we would like that.
I would too. I would love that. Even if I'm not a part of it, I would just like to see more of this story unfold.
Yeah. We were hoping pretty hard for flashbacks of you with him.
Mm-hmm.
It would be nice to have seen, like you just said.
Yeah.
How much did she understand him, actually?
That would have been really exciting to dive into. But I just use my imagination as much as possible to fill in blanks.
Yeah. Were there any flashbacks like that planned at any point, or it was never part of what they wanted to do?
You know, we just didn't know a lot week to week or even month to month for the episodes. We didn't know a lot of information in advance, and oftentimes we didn't have the rest of the episode information other than what was being filmed on the day.
So they just gave you like portions of the scripts, basically?
Right. And I feel like that was the case for a lot of the cast, other than like the main, like the core leads.
Mm-hmm.
There was just a lot of chatter on set about like certain things were just not revealed. They were keeping very tight-lipped about so many of the details. And so I was just working with what I was given ultimately. But I would ask certain questions, and some of them could be answered for me, and sometimes they couldn't tell me. So
yeah, that's a really, I mean, I can see the positives and negatives of working that way because you get to fill in some of the gaps yourself, but then you're kind of left in a little bit of mystery with what's going on, big picture.
Yes, there was a lot of mystery for sure.
Yeah. I guess that makes sense on a show like this where they're going to be big reveals and they want to keep it tight. Who knows it?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, like we podcasted Presumed Innocent a year or so ago, and they didn't tell any of the actors who did it. So the character that committed the crime didn't know until the very end, which is unique, but it's not my favorite since you couldn't go back and watch their scenes and be like, oh, that's why they were acting that way in this scene, you know?
Yeah.
So yeah, it's interesting how different they do it.
Yeah.
Do you guys have any projects in the pipeline or anything? I would like to see you in more stuff.
I actually have a film that I worked on. It was during the same stretch of time that I was working on Cape Fear last summer. It's called The Fabulous Flux, and it's based on pretty much the birth of NASCAR. The director who wrote and directed and edited this, it's a short, it's about 20 minutes long, if I'm not mistaken. I haven't seen it yet, but he is actually related to the family that this is about. And so I was able to play a role set in the 20s, and she's like half Cherokee and owns a brothel.
That sounds awesome.
So that was a really fun project, and they're screening it at the Cobb International Film Festival on August 7th at 2 p.m.
That's exciting.
So
yeah,
anyone local listening and wants to attend the screening, it will be at the Strand Theater in Marietta Square. And then I have a film that I wrote and directed called Cruel Summer that I'm currently submitting to festivals, and I have a screening for that coming up in mid-August in Marietta as well. I'm really proud of it. So those are the two main things I have on the horizon at the moment.
Cruel Summer is fantastic. Yeah.
Thank you, Aubrey.
Yeah, Aubrey let me watch it yesterday. So it was so good.
You watched it. Thank you.
I watched it yesterday. Yeah, it's really good. What is the story behind? You wrote it as well? Is that?
I did. There are definitely parts of the story that for sure connected to some lived experiences and characters that are inspired by people in my life. Not page for page at all.
Hopefully not too much. Yeah.
Yeah. I definitely steered a bit far away from reality. But the inception of that, I was at the pool with my brother one day, my younger brother Marcus, and we were listening to the song Cruel Summer.
Yeah.
And just having a great summer day. And I was like, I want to write a movie called Cruel Summer set in the 80s. What does that look like? Set around a pool for the most part. What's the story there? And so I kind of just workshopped it with my brother that day. And
that's so cool.
Took me a few years to write it, but finally got it done.
That's awesome.
I just need to say that it's so like a perfect representation of your personality that you're sitting around a pool in the summer and you think, let's make a horror movie here.
Yeah.
Yes. Yep. Truly.
I love that.
I was inspired by the moment, and it of course turned into what it is. But yeah, I'm really proud of it. I'm glad you guys watched it. Thank you for that.
Yeah.
So when was it filmed?
We filmed that in September and October of 2024. we hoped that it would have been shot in the summer, so it would have been a bit warmer for all of the pool scenes.
It wasn't.
It definitely turned into a bit of a frigid experience. But I mean,
well, it felt like summer on the screen.
Yes.
I would never have known that you.
We did everything we could to convince you of that and ourselves.
Well, I should say Amanda and I have been friends for a really long time, and it was so cool to see you in the show. Like every time you popped up, I was like, there she is, there she is.
There was one time when we were trying to figure out if it was you, and Aubrey failed us. Oh no, I think you weren't convinced. It was when it was Juliette Lewis in the mask.
I was like, it's the blonde hair. Unless they dyed her hair, there's no way.
You're like, I don't think it's her. Yeah.
But she has a similar build to you. You're like a similar size. So I was like, I was like in the background. I was like, I don't think so, but that'd be really cool.
Yeah, you're the only one who did that. I was watching it with a group of friends. And they all were like, is that you? Is that you? That's you, right? And I'm like, I'm not telling you.
Right.
You just have to wait and see.
Yeah, there were many times where I thought about asking you questions and I was like, no, you're just going to have to wait because like it's better this way. Just find it out as it unfolds.
The anticipation.
How did you guys meet again? Tell me that story.
Do you want to tell this?
Or no, you don't want to tell that story.
No, it's kind of funny now. It's like a very retro story at this point.
Yeah, the RottenTomatoes.com facilitated our friendship. Rotten Tomatoes used to have a very like social media kind of presence. Like journals were very popular on there to write reviews for movies and kind of just connect with each other through the journals. And Aubrey and I and our friend Max, Max and Aubrey are like besties from high school, and we were just Rotten Tomatoes friends that just talked to each other all the time, like all the time. And so I realized they lived just a few hours away. I'm like, at some point we probably should hang out in person. So once that happened, it's like the rest is history. We were truly just like besties.
That's an amazing origin story.
Yeah.
What year was this Rotten Tomatoes chatting?
I want to say 2007
or 8, probably. Yeah.
8,
Whoa, that's amazing.
I miss that site. That was a cool.
I do too.
That's like the way I want social media to be, you know?
I do too. That was an era that should have lasted.
Yeah.
So what do you have upcoming, Blaise?
Just sending out auditions. Hopefully get something soon.
What kind of project would you love to work on, ideally? Dream?
Honestly, I would love to do more stuff like Cape Fear.
Yeah.
Anything psychological, horror.
Yeah.
Of that genre.
I love that. That's right up my alley. So I will definitely be looking out for you. We will watch anything you guys are in the future.
For sure.
Thank you for talking with us.
Yeah. Thank you all so much.
Of course. Thanks for having us.
Yeah, thanks for having us.
I figured I would just add this in.
Please.
When I found out that it was Cape Fear that I booked, it added a whole other level of excitement for me because the 91 film specifically has been one of my favorite thrillers since like middle school. So I was over the moon when I realized that was the project I was going to be working on. And I truly didn't know until after I booked it that that's what it was. So the experience of being a part of this new universe of Cape Fear and just being a part of the legacy on any level for me is a dream. Like how Blaise was talking about, getting to work with Javier was a dream, and truly it was. But just the fact that it was Cape Fear of all projects, it felt really, like, truly just such an aligned moment for me. Like where I was in my life, there was a lot of transitional things happening. It couldn't have happened at a better time. It just was one of my favorite experiences that I've had.
Kismet. Yeah,
truly.
We've heard, I mean, it's not the first time, like Amanda and Handmaid's Tale, I don't know, we've heard like stories like this so often that are like, it's not coincidence. It can't be coincidence to me. I think that's so cool.
I concur.
I'm glad that you told us that.
Divine timing is real.
Yeah. Had you seen the films before you were cast, Blaise?
Yeah, I had, well, not the 1960s one. I had watched the 91 several years ago, and then when I found out that it was Cape Fear, I kind of freaked out. I went to like 8 different bookstores around Atlanta. I was trying to find like the John D. MacDonald book.
Yeah.
And eventually I found one and read through that, and yeah, I was super surprised. I was shocked and I was elated to find out that it was Cape Fear.
Yeah.
Very cool.
I can't imagine the excitement. It seems to be rebooted every like 30 years. So next
Right.
reboot, you can be Max Cady Blaise. That's the goal.
Perfect.
Honestly, you would be perfect.
Yeah.
One final question. Did you guys get to meet or glimpse Martin Scorsese and Steven Spielberg during this production?
That's a very good question.
No? Okay.
Not even one time. Not even one time. But
Yeah.
there's still, listen,
Yes.
there's still time. You never know.
There's still hope.
Your next project.
Let's just go ahead and put it out there. Let's manifest that. Come on, Blaise.
That's right.
We're good at that. We're good at the manifesting.
We will manifest along with you. That will be awesome. Also, season 2, we would like to see. So hopefully we'll see you back here in like a year.
Hopefully.
All right. Well, thank you again. Have great days.
Yeah, thank you.
Of course.
Thanks so much, y'all.
Thank you.
We'll see you soon. Bye.
Bye.